Story. A full week had come and gone now since the crew's strange little encounter. The happy atmosphere that they had started the trip off with was turning into boredom now, as they had been sitting around with nothing to do for so long. Even so, they were all finding ways to entertain themselves. Usopp, Chopper and Luffy out fishing, Sanji in the kitchen, Nami in her map room, Zoro off training somewhere, hopefully still on the ship. Robin, left with nothing to do, was feeling rather meddlesome, and there was something that she had been picking up on for a while now. She grinned, slinking off into the navigator's headquarters. There she found the navigator staring at a half-finished map, clearly lost in thought. "Mrs. Navigator," Robin called, startling the poor girl. "Oh, it's you, Robin. What's the problem?" she replied, assuming she was needed on the deck. Robin sat herself down and motioned for Nami to come and sit beside her, and so she did. The pair of them chatted about some very confronting matters for quite a long time. They were disturbed only by Sanji, who came to deliver their lunch. When Robin had accomplished what she came to do, she slipped out, leaving the rather confronted navigator to her own devices to process this new information. With one of her targets dealt with, Robin turned her attention to the boy who was currently hovering over the fish tank with Usopp and Chopper. Sanji had instructed them to get a fish out for dinner, and they were trying to think of the best way to go about it. Neither of them were particularly surprised when a hand appeared on the captain's back and politely tapped him on the shoulder. "What's up, Robin?" the captain asked, turning around. Robin simply signaled for him to follow her and wandered off. Luffy turned to Usopp, who shrugged and turned to Chopper. Luffy sighed and stood up, trotting off after Robin. The archaeologist found she had to dumb herself down quite a bit to communicate the message to the captain. "Say, Luffy, you like the navigator, right?" "Of course I do. Why's that? How do you like her?" "That's a weird question. She's part of my crew. I'd give my life to save her." "Right, but do you feel different towards her as you do towards your other crewmates? Take me for example." "Uh, I guess. There we go. Why do you think that may be?" "I dunno. Because she's Nami, I guess." Robin paused here to consider how the hell she could say this as a way that the captain understood the full extent of what she was talking about. This was difficult because he didn't understand a full sentence completely most of the time. "Do you find Nami more attractive than the rest of the crew? Are you more drawn to her, want to be with her? Do you want to be with her romantically, like as a couple?" The captain blinked up at her, looking confused. "Well, yeah, that's what I've been telling you for the last 5 minutes." Robin was temporarily taken aback. She had gathered by the certainty of his reply that he had misinterpreted her, but apparently not. It was easier than she thought it would be. "Why don't you ask her out then? On a date?" This is where Robin was stumped. If he had realized it, before even the navigator, why had he not expressed it in his usual rash and impulsive manner? Her confusion grew when she saw his eyes light up. "That's a great idea, Robin. I never even thought about it." She should have known. Never allow his random areas of wisdom to raise the bar for your expectations of him. Rule 1 of living with Luffy. Anyhow, Robin figured she had done enough prying. She had alerted the navigator and was sure that she had accepted her feelings, and she had advised her captain on how to capture them. Now all she had to do was sit back and wait. She had a small pile of books ready with her to wait for the exchange, but the wait turned out to be almost non-existent. Luffy trotted back to Usopp and Chopper, pushed Usopp into the fish tank and then turned and skipped off into the map room to confront the navigator, looking completely carefree, aloof even. Robin's laughter almost exceeded the usual chuckle, which drew Chopper and Zoro's attention to the captain also. The door closed. There was a moment of silence. Then it opened again, and out came the captain with the navigator in his arms. She was red as a tomato and was trying to desperately hide her face in her captain's neck. Hey guys, me and Nami are dating NOOOOOOOOW. The crew turned to face the two from their respective places on the deck, silent for a moment. Then came their very mixed reactions. Fought, yelled Chopper and Usopp, throwing themselves in the opposite direction and falling comedically on their asses. Nice. Zoro mumbled before immediately returning to his nap. At asterisk percent hash asterisk. Carrot hash and carrot hash. And sad face winking face asterisk greater than greater than. Greater than, Sanji gasped, making incoherent sentences and crumpling into a pile of pain and suffering. Robin just chuckled, somehow amazed at her captain's unpredictability. OMFG, I give up on this piece of shit. The end. Where stories live. Discover now.